Wonderful Tuesday evening. We're a little late for our storybook, but has stuff to do. So let's see, where are we? Oh, goodness. Are we? Hold on now. Wait a second. We went over Jacob Lawrence, of course. Harry Belafonte. So now we're at Alvin Ailey. It's so funny. My girlfriend asked me a couple days ago, okay, are we all going? You know, the four of us who travel together. And they're going to be in town, the Alvin Ailey dancers. And I said, we can look for some discounted tickets. So let's read about Mr. Alvin Ailey, a choreographer, 1931 to 1989. 70? No. Oh no, that was short, like 50, 58? Yeah, 58 years old. Okay. Well, Alvin was a quiet kid. Like so many artistic geniuses, they're always in their own thoughts. And perhaps they don't find the need to always respond. Well, anyway, he was a quiet kid. While growing up in rural Texas, he and his mother moved from place to place. They always found community, though, in the local Black churches and dance halls. In 1943, they moved to Los Angeles, where Alvin was introduced to dance and theater. We're talking about 1943. I didn't know that far back. When Alvin was in junior high school, he went on a class trip. That's why it's so important to coordinate field trips, to get children and teenagers out of their immediate atmosphere. I'm so glad that for a field trip that I'm coordinating, I got 11 chaperones. I worked hard for these, adults to look over these children so they can just see possibilities. Get out. Well, anyway, he was at a class trip to see the Ballet Russe de Monte Carlo, but it was a performance by Katherine Dunham's company, one of the first Black modern dance troupes in America, that sparked his interest in the art form. However, he didn't consider studying dance until he was inspired by a classmate's performance at school. Alvin couldn't believe a boy was dancing. Our former mayor, hello, Rahm Emanuel, ballet dancer, and so many more. Heterosexual, married, children. What? Ambassador, is it not Japan? Maybe. But I'm saying he's doing great things. But he had that discipline as a foundation. Would jog every morning. His regimen was very tight. So don't be ashamed to be a dancer. Okay. In 1949, Alvin attended the Leslie Horton Dance Theater, America's first integrated dance company. The dancers learned techniques from Native American, Japanese, Caribbean, Javanese, and Balinese traditions. Alvin trained with Horton on and off for a few years. When Horton died suddenly, Alvin took over as a director and lead choreographer, even though he was only my son's age, 22 years old. Exciting. In 1954, Alvin moved to New York City. The civil rights movement had begun, and Alvin wanted to contribute by sharing his art. This is wonderful. He formed the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater in 1958 and used dance to affirm that Black people were a part of American culture. His work during this period recalled his childhood in Texas Blues Suite. His first solo success drew from a dance hall he had frequented. Revelations was based on his experience in the Baptist church and is still performed to this day, Revelations. He focused on Black dancers and choreographers, but included dancers of every race. Nicknamed American Cultural Ambassador to the world, the troupe traveled all over. In 1969, he opened the Alvin Ailey American Dance Center to foster creativity in underserved communities. Isn't this great? Alvin helped popularize modern dance internationally and brought more African Americans into the field. He shared his vision of blackness while inspiring dancers everywhere. Isn't that wonderful to have that backstory, that information about someone so beloved, and we hear his name all the time? And I just got off a phone with my dissertation advisor, writing about, well, creativity, keeping it broad, but connected to sports. And I have so many 8th graders, so many beloved 7th graders, so many of all grades who are football players and basketball players. So you got to know about Bill Russell. He was a coach. Is Bill Russell still alive? Let's see. Yeah, so many of my little ones. They want to play ball. Oh, yeah, he passed year and a half ago, July 2022, 88 years old. He had a rich life. His birthday is coming up February 12th. Well, anyway, he was born 1934, passed 2022. And like I said, he was a basketball player and coach. As a kid, Bill was introverted, another quiet one. He was just inside. He was comfortable with his inside thoughts. And he was deemed or termed awkward. After the untimely death of his mother, Bill and his father and brother had to be a team and stick together. During high school, Bill grew to be 6'5" and was recruited onto the basketball court. He wasn't the best player, but he was smart and he paid attention. Watching closely, he mirrored his opponents, blocking shots, which at the time was considered a bad play, but it led to wins and later defined how defense was played. Although he was still improving his skills, Bill also worked hard to be the best teammate he could be, listening to his fellow players and adapting his game to support them. As he got better, Bill earned championships in high school and college, and he won a gold medal in the Olympics. In 1956, he joined the Boston Celtics, and his 13 years there, the team won 11 championships. In 1966, he became the Celtics player coach, coaching while still playing. He was the first black coach in the National Basketball Association. Did you know that? First NBA coach. Bill believed that athletes should be idolized not for their abilities on the court, but for how they lived their lives. Yes. He always stood up for what he thought was right. Bill ran an integrated youth basketball camp in Mississippi while enduring racist taunts and threats by the Ku Klux Klan. Many Bostonians didn't like that Bill was so outspoken and politically active. Someone who was introverted, turning outspoken. Some people even broke into his house, spray painted his walls, and smashed his trophies. When he retired in 1969, Bill vowed never to return to Boston. In 2009, the NBA named the finals a Most Valuable Player award after Bill, and he was further honored 2 years later when he received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Barack Obama. Well done. As time went on, the city of Boston changed, and the people realized Bill's importance as a player, coach, and leader. In 2013, a statue of him was unveiled there. During his career, Bill always worked hard. He never compromised his principles. He only waited for the world to catch up. Isn't that wonderful? Two inspiring men, Bill Russell and Alvin Ailey. I tell you, it's so fun to learn about the intricacies and their lives. And there's a picture of Bill, a real picture. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah. And let's see if I could pull up a real picture of Alvin Ailey. Oh, wow. Handsome guy. Look at him. Yeah. So, thank you so much. Well done, men. We are inspired to do great things. Take advantage of our quiet time, imagine, and let's just help make the world a better place, especially for our young people. Enjoy your night.